Alright, the book that I chose is The Chronicles of Narnia. Now, the setting of the Narnia begins in London, Charn, Outworld, and the forever peace world of Narnia. Scroll down. The characters in the story are Polly, Dingloroy, Uncle Andrew, the witch, Strawberry, Aslan, and the animals of Narnia. And the story goes when Polly and Dingloroy explore, the attic around, and suddenly they stumble into Uncle Andrew's room, and they thought that, I don't know, because they were forbidden to go in his room, and they were scared to see what will happen to them, but then he didn't seem to be angry, and he just gave them rings for no reason, probably because they didn't know what he was going to do, but once they put on the rings, it was an experiment of him, so they all vanished into this dark place world they haven't seen, and they discovered that they thought, like, this is not their world, and they can't go back, so they were frightened. But suddenly, they found a statue of a witch along with a small bell and hammer, and they were curious to see what will happen. And once they ring the bell, something weird happened all of a sudden. The witch was alive, and then they thought that she explained to them that she was the queen of the dark world known as Charn. Now, they were scared to find out that she seemed very slick and sly, and they thought they were trying to escape her, but then suddenly, when they were trying to escape, she suddenly come along with them, and then when she entered their world, and then Uncle Andrew suddenly realized, like, you brought this magnificent creature, who is this person? And then the witch explained to them, like, she's the queen, etc., and then she started to control chaos over the world, and then chaos in their world, and the kids tried to stop them from her, and then suddenly she was like rampaging every streets and cities, and she was acting like she was the queen, but then officers, people were like trying to stop her, and then suddenly the kids brought the ring together along with everybody, and then suddenly once they all held each other tight, they suddenly vanished into a dark world, not Charmed, but into a different world called the Outworld. They had no idea what it was. They couldn't see no people. Everything was pitch black. They couldn't see themselves either. But once they heard something, they were singing, and the singing getting louder and louder and louder until then something magnificent. But you have to read the rest in order, if you want to see what happened. And now I'll read you the book passage of what the story goes about the part where they were singing. It will come. Just hang on a moment. In the darkness, something was happening at last. A voice had begun to sing. It was very far beyond, and indeed we found it hard to decide from what direction it was coming. Sometimes it seemed to come from all directions at once. Sometimes he almost thought it was coming out of the earth beneath them. Its low notes were deep enough to be the voice of the earth itself. There were no words. There was only even a tune, but it was beyond comparison. The most beautiful noise he had ever heard. It was so beautiful he could hardly bear it. The voice seemed like a tune. He gave the sort of a winding of horse brigade. After years of being a cab horse, he found himself back into the old field, where it had played as a plow, and saw someone who remembered the love coming from across the field to bring the love of God. Then, two wonders happened at the same moment. One stabbed voice was suddenly joined by more voices you could possibly count. They were in harmony with it, but far higher up the scale. Cold, tingly, silvery voices. The second wonder was that the blackness of the earth, all at once, was blazing with stars. They didn't come out gently, one by one, as they do on a summer evening. One moment, there had been nothing but darkness. The next moment, a thousand points of light leaped up. Single stars, constellation of planets, brighter and bigger than anyone in our world. There were no clouds. The new stars and the new voices began at exactly the same time. If you've ever seen it and ever heard it, as Leroy did, you would have felt quite certain that it was the stars themselves who were quite singing, and that it was the first voice, the deep voice, which had all made them hear and made them sing. Now, I know I was going to show a video, but then, the computer was lagging, and I could have brought a video, so sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much covers my book of this, so thank you.